What the going on this team, Jerry?
Bury him! Bury him!
Jerry, TJ Watt.
He is the best defensive player on the planet.
Go! Yes! Yes! We're going to fire! Steelers fans! Bang! Run it down their throat!
No! That's not a penalty!
Game over! Game over! Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing!
He's aggressive.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Steel Here podcast, where I'm your host, Kevin Adams, alongside my partner in crime, Jersey Jerry. Jerry Don, it is Sunday night. It is after midnight. I don't know, 1 o'clock almost. The Pittsburgh Steelers just got their asses pounded by the Green Bay Packers. It's just another one of what we've come to know, what we've come to accept. This is Groundhog's Day, Jerry. This is Groundhog's Day. This is who the Steelers are when they play good teams. Unfortunately, this is who they're always going to be, in my opinion, as long as Mike Tomlin is the head coach. You were right, Jerry. You were right when you rambled last week after the Bengals loss and you said, I can't get up for them. I have to stay down. You were spot on. As long as Mike Tomlin is the head coach of this football team, that is going to be the fucking result, Jerry Don.
Yeah, man. It's, fucking tough, man. Just a tough loss, because, going into the game, I even texted the group and I'm like, I'm a little nervous about this one, man. I don't feel it. I don't feel like we're going to fucking compete. And then we come out and it's like, okay, we kicking some field goals, but guess what? We're up at the first half. We got 16 points in the first half. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Looks good, man. This looks good again. And then it just fucking shifted, man. It just flipped. And it happened so quick in that third quarter. It just flipped so fast. And, man, I want to say this is the worst secondary. This is actually, I'm going to rephrase it. This is the worst defense I have seen as a Steelers fan, I think.
And how can it be possible, Jerry? How? Look at every level of that defense. They lose Deshaun Elliott, fine. Like, that hurts, but they were getting gashed prior to Deshaun Elliott getting hurt. Yeah. And prayers for Deshaun Elliott. It's unfortunate. He's probably done for the year. I would say ultimately guaranteed he's done for the year. Patrick Queen, middle of the defense, you would think would be good with Patrick Queen. Defensive line, edge rushers. They have so many talented players at so many different positions on that defense, which it should be. It should be for how much money that defense makes. But when you really break it down, Jerry, is the defense worth the money whenever if teams know that quarterback drops back, immediately gets rid of the fucking ball, pass rush is useless. They're picking on a secondary that is completely dog shit. And that's what it looks like. It looks very similar to that Bengals game. In the second half, Packers made adjustments after the first half. In the second half, they come out, they treated us just like the Bengals did on Thursday night. And the result was identical. We couldn't get a stop. At one point, I'm reading a stat on the way home. You might know this better. Me being at the game, I don't get to see a lot of this shit. He had 20, Jordan Love had 20 straight completions.
Yeah, that's correct. 20. He had 20 straight. I mean, that's that you can't do that. Home or away doesn't matter. That was pathetic. That defensive performance was even worse than last week. And I said to myself, after the game, how is that possible that they were worse? They were worse than last week. I mean, Mike Tomlin's defense is a joke, and they can say whatever they want. Terrell Austin, and they'll probably use him as the scapegoat after the season's done, or maybe in a couple of weeks. Who knows if they fire him mid-season or whatever. If it keeps up like this, they'll use him as a little scapegoat to get out of there. But this Mike Tomlin defense is terrible. It is terrible. Teams have figured it out. All you have to do is chip or double team TJ Watt, and you get the ball out of your hands in 2 seconds, and you're going to bury them. You're going to get whatever you want in the flats, over the middle. And forget about, when teams go deep. It's just, guys, if somebody catches it, they can't tackle for shit. Queen missed some tackles. Thornhill got abused. Darius Slay is, and I want to say, and listen, I with all due respect, he had a great career. He really did.
Yeah.
He did. He's dog shit. I mean, he is dog shit. He is really fucking bad. And listen, other players on defense as well. Let's not, listen, hand up, dude. I'm the biggest TJ Watt guy there is in the world. That contract does not look good.
No.
That contract does not look good at all. I mean, at all. You gotta do more. You gotta do. We say it all the time. You move them around. You see what teams do. Micah and Myles Garrett. They move around these guys. Crosby gets to move around a lot. TJ just stays stuck in that same rush. He gets chipped and double teamed into oblivion. And Alex Highsmith, he's not getting no pressures. Nick Herbig's not getting a lot of snaps. It's just bad all the way around. And you know what? I don't think the offense played great by any means, but they showed flashes of like, hey, we can move this ball. We can go up and down the field a little bit. The defense, which was supposed to be the heart and soul of this team, is completely lifeless.
Jerry, as a fan, and we are diehard fans, and today is another one of those ones that just, it takes it out of me. Like I'm defeated. Like I'm just so run down because it's the same. It is the same results over and over. You play a good team, you have no business playing good teams. If let's fast forward, say for some crazy reason, the Steelers figure it out. They win 10 games, they make the playoffs. They're going to play a team in the playoffs that is very similar to the Packers, that the quarterback is going to get rid of the ball quickly. The Steelers can't tackle. They don't tackle well. They do not tackle well at all. And
they're soft. They're soft. They're a soft defense.
There's very little heart on the defensive side of that football. Mm-hmm. And you're right. I want to make this point because it is the elephant in the room. And for years now, behind the scenes, I have told you that maybe TJ Watt, the contract, it concerns me, because, and look, Jerry, he is your friend, and he's TJ Watt. He's one of the most impactful players the Steelers have ever had on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah. I think it's totally okay to say that. At $40 million, he's getting paid like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
For $40 million, you cannot go missing for long periods of time like TJ does. And we can blame it on being double teamed and being chipped and not moving around. We can say all of those things because I think they're all valid in the criticism of TJ Watt and in the defense of him. However, there are points where he is doing nothing. And for $40 million, it is unacceptable. I think it is a major problem with the Steelers, the way that they're constructed. We say it's the highest paid defense, but when you really think about it, it's maybe four guys. You have Cam Hayward. You have, Darius Slay makes $10 million. You're right. He is dog shit.
No.
Jerry,
you could put a paraplegic back there and perform better than he has.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Cam Hayward is old. He's nearly not an impact at all.
This year he hasn't done great.
He throws the fit all off season about making more money. He signs the little extension that they give him, whatever it is, the little bonus money if they make the playoffs and win a playoff game. He's been nearly fucking useless. Alex Highsmith is one of the highest paid players on the defensive side of the ball. I don't even see him make an impact. When Herbig was in there, at points Herbig was in there, he rushes Jordan Love. The very next play, Herbig's back off the field. Like it's we have seen this movie so many times that I'm losing my fucking mind, Jerry. I am. Yeah. I'm losing my fucking mind because I am afraid. I think that this is who they are always going to be as long as Mike Tomlin is the head coach, because I just think that it's capped. I think we've hit the fucking ceiling of what the Pittsburgh Steelers can be with Mike Tomlin as the head coach.
I do too, man. I think that's a great point there, Kev. I think they've reached all they can reach, with a motivator as a head coach. And listen, dude, I'll die for TJ Watt. That's my fucking dog.
Yep.
You were right, man. There is times where you look up and it's like, holy shit, it's the third quarter, almost going into the fourth, and we've had no TFLs, we've had no strip sacks, no batted balls, no nothing. It's tough, dude. It's tough. You got to figure out a way to fucking do something, man. And listen, other guys got to step up too, man. I thought the secondary was laughable, man, today. It was laughable.
It was laughable Thursday. It was the
Yeah,
same
I mean,
fucking. They
I
did the
mean,
same things. They did the same fucking things to us.
yeah,
That's why it's like I'm losing my fucking mind, Jerry, because it's the same shit. It's little crossers, tight ends. Tucker Kraft. I saw
no,
that like
yeah,
like basically broke tight end records tonight for what he did
yeah,
to the Steelers. It's and these guys are wide ass open. It's like
yeah.
they're not even in their radar. These guys are not even on the radar for the Steelers defense. They're wide fucking open. It's as if the Steelers watch the game tape back and they say, oh fuck it, we will just want to adjust that. Hopefully they don't attack us in that.
Yeah, you know what it is, Kevin? It's the, we can blame it on fucking a lot of things. Effort, missed tackles.
Mm-hmm.
The scheme is bad, man. It seems like teams just know what they're in, know what they're gonna do.
Yep.
Time and time again, whether we're playing good teams or we're playing bad teams, it just seems like we give up a bunch of yards on everybody, and I mean everybody.
Every game this year, the Steelers have given up 20 or more first downs. And this comes back to what we talked about probably 3 or 4 episodes ago. They give up 20 or more first downs. The longest streak was like 6 games or 7 games under Cower. Mike Tomlin is coming up on, I want to say, like 16 straight games of giving up 20 or more first downs. They do not. What? If you had to hang your hat on the Steelers do one thing well on defense, what would you say it is?
At this point in the season,
yes,
the only thing they do great, and I mean great, is give up passing yards. That's about it.
Jerry, they don't do anything well. They
No,
don't.
No, they don't. No.
They don't tackle well. They can't stop the run. They cannot stop the fucking run. And we knew that the Packers were going to run on us. It was at times the Steelers would make nice stops, give up a yard, 2 yards, maybe a 1 yard loss. The next play, they're giving up a fucking 15-yard crosser, a tight end out of the backfield. They're giving up a ton of yards.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, I don't even think the Packers have a great wide receiving core. They shredded the Steelers secondary. Shredded it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think what pisses me off the absolute fucking most about that game, when the pass rush did get there and Love is throwing prayers up there because he threw 2 or 3 just absolute
balls. Yeah.
They caught him. Can't fucking tackle the guy. It's 40 yards downfield. Like I don't know. I don't know where you go from here as the Steelers defense, because it's not going to get better, Jerry. We already discussed it. The games that they're about to come into are better teams than the Packers. I think the Packers are an upper echelon team. They're about to play even better teams now.
Yeah.
And you go into that second half with a 16-7 lead. What'd they score? Three meaningful points and then a garbage touchdown. Hey, hats off. Roman Wilson scores a touchdown, but a garbage touchdown to Roman Wilson there.
Yeah, meant nothing.
Packers made adjustments. They executed their game plan. Steelers did not make adjustments. And that is how you get routed in the second half. That's why we say Mike Tomlin might be a great motivator. He might be able to motivate these guys to fucking run through brick walls. But X's and O's are what win football games, not motivation. And yet again tonight, as we've seen for how many fucking years, you can't motivate a team to play better when the X's and O's suck.
No, you can't. You can't, man. I think this is it, man. I think this is just who they are. I would not be surprised at a 9-8 type of season. It's fucking sad, man. I thought I really going into the year, and at times this year I was like, oh man, this could be special. I really do feel bad for Rodgers. I will say that. I feel bad for the guy.
Same. He's playing great. He's
playing pretty damn good, man. I don't got, tonight he held onto the ball a little long for my liking, but for what he has, he has one wide receiver who gets paid $35 million who drops a lot of balls this year. I will say dropped a touchdown pass tonight.
So Jerry, you got to watch that. Was that great defensive play? Or should DK have caught that fucking football? Because I tweeted DK should catch it, and it just caught a ton of heat. People are like, "Oh, it was a great defensive play."
Listen, the guy did get his hand in there, but listen, you got your hands on the ball, man. Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be this big, fearful, wide receiver who teams are scared of, big body, contested catch type of guy. You get your hands on it, you got to catch it. You got to catch it. I'm sorry, you make too much money for that.
That was my response, is that DK Metcalf is supposed to be the type of wide receiver that out physicals, the
Yeah.
cornerback when the ball
Yeah.
hits him in the fucking hands. This is
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row now. And I love DK. He scores a touchdown. I'm not blaming this loss at all on the offense. While I thought that they should have scored more points, they need to finish drives. They rely on Chris Boswell too much. This loss, again, is not on the offense. It's on the defense. And it will continue to be on the defense because they give up fucking 30, 35 points to you. If they hold a team in the 20s, I'm like, damn, they actually played decent. That's embarrassing that's the fucking standard for us now. But DK Metcalf, Jerry, last week against the Bengals on the sideline, he gets the ball ripped out of his hands by the cornerback of the Bengals. That's a turnover. Bengals go produce points on it. Tonight, Rodgers does throw a good ball. People said he should have threw it more. He should have let him more to the inside of the field. It would have been a touchdown.
Got his hands on it, man, in the end zone.
Jerry, a guy making $35 million fucking dollars, if the ball hits him in the hand, you have to catch it.
Yeah.
The quarterback should not have to throw absolutely perfect footballs for wide receivers that make that much money to come down with the ball. Now, granted, the defender, maybe he made a great play. I didn't see the fucking replay.
He did. He got his hands in there and it broke it up a little bit.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
what
think so
DK
either.
Metcalf gets paid to do. He gets paid to catch the ball. It's so many excuses we come up with for this football team, but at the end of the day, they do all the things wrong that they've done wrong for many fucking years.
Yeah.
And I'm done, Jerry. I'm dying. I'm dying inside, man.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Also, I know the game will fumble late. You know what I don't understand is listen, I don't think this loss is on the offense at all. But you're running the ball pretty fucking good in the first half, and they come out pass punt. It's like, and then the usage of Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren, I'd like that to be more like 80-20, 90-10. Gainwell had the fumble late, which we're probably gonna lose that game anyway. But I think that was like first down maybe or second. I don't even know, but. You don't have the only pretty much offensive player with pop on the field that, we've been begging to, and Rodgers said it in his presser, talking about Jalen Warren needed more touches. I mean, I don't understand what they use Roman Wilson. They don't use him. Pat Fryermuth doesn't get used. He gets used a little bit. There's no consistency anywhere with this team on when it comes to guys playing time. It's so frustrating. And don't even get me started on Chuck Clark and those guys, man. Those guys are on the field, they're off the field, but man, everything's really frustrating right now as a Steelers fan, man. And I think I'm about done with the blaming of players and whatnot. Mike Tomlin is destroying this organization, man. He really is. He's destroying it.
Come to the dark side, Jerry. The water is just fine over here, brother. Yeah. I've been fucking swimming in this water we talk about it all the time. And let me say something, because I met some people today at the Terrible Tailgate, which was a fucking banger. First and foremost, if you guys came, I appreciated it. We sold almost 650 tickets to the Terrible Tailgate. Ryan Shazier was an incredible guest. It was a great day. People, there were 2 different people that said to me, they're like, I love your show. I love what you and Jerry do. You're the most honest, raw Steelers fans that are truthful about the team. I just wish sometimes, Kev, you would take it easy on Mike Tomlin. That loss, that type of loss, is why I don't fucking take it easy on Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, man.
I can't take anymore because that's them.
Kevin, I was talking to a former Steelers player pregame on Twitter. We were messaging back and forth.
Any names?
I'm not mentioning any names at all.
Yep.
I want to keep this anonymous. We were talking a little bit before the game, and I was chatting. I was a big game. He's like, "Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully it's a good one." I was like, "What's your prediction on this?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's probably going to be a rout." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, man. There's a lot of guys on that defense who play for themselves." Like, what does that mean? He's like, I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot of guys on that defense that play for themselves. And, you'll find out tonight. Those are the exact words. You'll find out tonight. It's almost like this guy had the script.
I just think that you don't think he talks to some people on the team. If he played for the Steelers, even in recent past, I'm sure he knows guys on the team. So it's just when there's dysfunction, people talk, that's just how it goes. I don't think that the Steelers are good enough to overcome their deficiencies ever. Rodgers would have had to play perfect football tonight. That offense would have had to play perfect to beat the Packers defense. You're right. I thought that the offensive line played pretty well. The run game I thought was successful for large portions of the game. And that's twice now. We played a very good Packers run defense tonight. We played a very good Cleveland Browns run defense, and the offense has run the ball well on those teams. Jerry, until the defense can figure it out, and I don't think that they will. I hate to say this. It genuinely breaks my fucking heart at 4-3. I think they're done. I just don't. This could get ugly fast. In my opinion, this could get ugly fast.
I think it could too. We got some. This is a tough schedule, man. It's not an easy schedule by any means.
It's brutal.
You got probably the best team in football, second best, top 2, top 3 team in football. Yep. You're going to be playing next week. They got to get better. They got to get better fast. I just don't see the turnaround happening, man. They're stuck in their ways, man. They're stuck in their ways with this scheme, and they try to play man to man, and it's just not working out, man. It's just not, it's just not working out, man. They're getting beat every which way. And teams have just figured them out by now, Teams have figured them out, and I really don't think Tomlin or Terrell Austin is smart enough to get this, back on the right track. I really don't. I think Tomlin probably the best motivator, if one of the best in the NFL. But other than that, it's really nothing, man. He offers nothing.
Doesn't it make you wonder, or at least question, how so many guys, even someone like Aaron Rodgers, who was he speaks so highly of Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, everybody, nobody says bad words about him.
Never. We never talk to any of the players ever that have any criticism of Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
And yet it's always underachieving. I don't get it. Is it Terrell Austin? I don't fucking think so. Do you know why? Because it wasn't Keith Butler. It was not Dick LeBeau at the end of his career.
No.
It's Mike Tomlin's football team. And at the end of the day, as long as Mike Tomlin is the overseer of this football team, that is what we're used to seeing. Jerry, we're coming up on, this will be 9 years, no playoff wins. 9 fucking years. And we had a great situation in front of us. The Ravens are without Lamar. Their record is dog shit. The Bengals lose today. If the Steelers just somehow go out and win that fucking game, yet again, they're in a great spot in the AFC North, and they don't do it. Is the season dead? No, absolutely. Like, as it stands, if we're being honest, no, it's not dead. But if we know the way that this movie plays out, it's cooked, because it's not gonna get better, because the Steelers don't make drastic improvements or adjustments the way that they would need to in order to see changes that would make any substantial change on the field.
No. And also, guys got to start getting benched on the defensive side of the ball. Guys got to start getting benched. It's at that point. You said it texting today. Tomlin just plays the contract guys. Whoever makes the most money, that's who plays.
Yep.
That shouldn't be the case. Guys need to start getting benched, man. Enough's enough already. Enough's enough, man. I'm tired of seeing the same old shit happen on defense, dude. Guys got to start getting fucking benched. Some guys don't deserve to be out there playing football. They really don't. The only thing I would say is they are lucky. They are lucky this division is dog shit this year.
Yeah, yep.
They are so lucky.
Yep. And one thing I do want to bring up, and I want to preface it with this. This is not why the Steelers lost the game, but it has an impact on the game. The officiating was awful, Jerry. It was fucking awful. When the Steelers get the ball up 16-7, third quarter, they get the ball to start the third quarter. It's 3rd and 7. Micah Parsons is basically in the backfield. I mean, he is so far over the fucking line of scrimmage. It's everybody in the stadium knew it. I mean, it was so glaringly obvious. Steelers get a free play. Rodgers takes a little shot. Nothing works out. They don't call offsides. And they went into a little group huddle.
Yeah, they did.
What the fuck? And the replay is playing on the jumbo. I mean, it is playing over and over. The Steelers media team played it probably 5 times while the officials are huddling to make the decision, and they don't call offsides. From that moment forward, the Steelers punt. They call a hold on the punt, little makeup call, completely fucking bullshit. I hate makeup calls in that type of situation. Packers start inside, like maybe the 10. They march right down the field on the Steelers, score a touchdown. There was no looking back. At that point, game is pretty much cooked. Steelers did nearly nothing. Packers took control. A penalty like that doesn't, I won't say that that's why they lost, Jerry, but think about what that does to momentum. It should have been 3rd and 2. Steelers should have been right around the 35-yard line.
Mm,
Who knows if they get another 30 yards, maybe Boswell kicks another long field goal. Also, hats off Chris Boswell, best fucking kicker in football. Sucks that we have to rely on him as much as we do, but
yeah.
maybe they get into field goal range and it's 19-7, little bit different complexion on the game then.
Yeah.
But instead, the officials make the wrong fucking call. It's unfair. It's unfair to fans. It's unfair to sports bettors. And I know people don't want to hear that. Don't bet on sports then if that's the case. But you see what happens in the NBA with Terry Rozier and all the gambling problems that come out and throwing games. There's no way you watch that play and walk away from it not at least saying, man, it is fucking fishy how bad the officiating is in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there'll be a documentary in 20 years, 15, 20 years about NFL officiating, and especially with how popular gambling is nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if you get even a couple cases, on these officials down the line. We'll see. But, for a second, I think we should talk about, the trade deadline. Is there anything they can do to fix this? I mean... I know they're working out MVS tomorrow, but I don't know what that does.
Scantling is who the Steelers are going to bring in.
Yeah, I don't know what that does.
I don't hate Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's just a guy, in my opinion. He doesn't move the needle for me. But can Marquez Valdez-Scantling, can he play cornerback? Can he play safety?
Yeah.
Can he play defensive line? Can he play linebacker? If we're honest about it, they need help at multiple positions. I don't know that the trade deadline is going to do a whole lot.
I don't think so either.
Who would you trade for that's going to make an actual impact on the Steelers? If we're being serious.
Yeah.
What, a defensive lineman? Who? Linebacker, cornerback. You just lost to Sean Elliott. Maybe they look at safety. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think any of those. 2 weeks ago, we would have said maybe the Steelers are a player away, and we would have said wide receiver. That's fucking crazy. We're idiots that we honestly thought that.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something. Do you think you think up to this point we won the Micah trade, or you think kind of we regret that a little now?
Minka.
Sorry, I got Micah on my mind all day.
I mean,
do you think it makes a difference or nah, not really? Right?
I just think that it looked like this when they had Minka. Think about it. It looked like this when they had Minka. So it's. Did they get? I like Jalen Ramsey. I think at times Jalen Ramsey is good. I think that they're asking him to do things that it is beyond Jalen Ramsey to be able to do.
I would agree with that. Yeah, they're asking him to do a lot. One-on-one
coverage. The Steelers have tried it for the last 2 weeks, and for years, you and I have said maybe play a little more man press. That's what the Steelers are missing. If you can play man press, the pass rush gets home. It works. They've tried playing man press for 2 weeks in a row. It's not fucking working. They're getting beat off the line of scrimmage. Joey Porter Jr. has been a pretty big letdown so far.
He has, man. He has.
Jalen Ramsey, I just think maybe he's lost a step. He's still very good when used properly. However, they're not doing things that use him properly. I mean, Minka, does he make a difference? Do you think would they have won today if Minka was out there?
No, they definitely wouldn't.
Would they have won last week against the Bengals if Minka's out there?
Yeah, no.
So those things, it comes back to this. If the scheme sucks, I don't care who the players are. If you're not putting them in position to be successful, they're not going to be fucking successful, Jerry.
No, I'm curious to see how long this will play. Through these first 7 games, the defense has been giving up so many points and so many yards. I wonder how short Austin's leash is going to be.
I would be shocked if they fired him. Shocked. Yeah. Because look how bad it was with Matt Canada for so long. And it took about this point in the season before they let Matt Canada go. I would be shocked, especially because if say they do fire Terrell Austin, and then the rest of the season still looks like this. Mike Tomlin can't figure out how to get the fucking defense going. And that shows maybe Mike Tomlin is a little bit more of the fucking problem. And I don't think that he wants that to be known.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Jerry, I want to tell you something. Tonight, the Steelers played a Renegade with like 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They played Renegade, and yet again, they gave up a touchdown right down the field. They need to shelf Renegade for a little while, Jerry.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
defense is not good enough for Renegade to be played.
No, they're not. They don't deserve Renegade.
It's the other part of Renegade that is starting to bother me. Opposing teams, when it plays, they go nuts for it. They fucking love it. They're hyped up for it. It is so predictable now that we're going to play Renegade and the defense is going to not fucking stop them, force a turnover, sack, nothing, that offenses now are fired up when the Steelers are playing Renegade. That is how far we have fallen from the heavens of the Steelers being a great defensive team. Renegade has no value. In fact, it is appearing to hurt the Steelers at this point.
Yeah.
That is how far we have fallen.
I think Rodgers even said he went on a silent count at home.
He had to, Jerry. There were so many Packers fans there tonight, so many Packers fans, and at multiple points they're chanting "Go Pack, go!" while the Steelers are on offense, and Rodgers had to go to the silent count. That is how loud it was. Like, it's just, it kills me. It kills me, Jerry. We are an historic franchise, a very proud franchise, a very proud fan base. And this is what we have come to be. You know, it's just, we are so stuck in the fucking middle that we're getting lapped now. We're getting lapped, and we're not bad enough to get good players. We're not good enough to win the big game or even advance in the fucking playoffs. This is a nightmare for how fucking stuck we are right in the middle. And I don't know how it's going to change outside of major changes at the coaching staff. And when I say major changes, I mean Mike fucking Tomlin.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would. I think they need to, depending on how the season plays out. I mean, we got a long ways to go still. I know we're still, only 7 games in, but depending on this outcome this year, I mean, if you don't get a playoff win this year, I think it's just time to go, man. It's just time to move on. Everybody move on. Trade some players, giving them a chance at winning a playoff game. On the defensive side of the football, some of your older guys, start letting them go. I think it's time for a hard reset,
It's crazy that we have to have this conversation at 4-3 and still first place in the AFC North.
Well, here, the thing is like, I mean, this is, if I was to make a bet, and I'm we're not good bettors, but if I was to be making a bet right now, this team, the way they look now, they're one and done in the playoffs.
I don't even know if we make the playoffs. I mean, be real about it. I would be shocked at this point if they make the playoffs. Even though the AFC North is horrendous, it's probably the Ravens division. It's probably the fucking Ravens division at this point. They will get Lamar back. Their schedule is soft. They'll probably go on a run. We're playing wagons. We're playing at the best teams in the NFL multiple weeks now, for a month and a half straight.
Yeah. It's tough.
Who do you think we won't be favored? Like, be real about it. Who are we going to, against the Colts? We will not be favored.
No.
The Bills, we won't be favored.
Chargers, no.
Chargers, no. Lions, no. Ravens twice, we won't be favored.
No.
Bengals, we might not even be favored against the Bengals again when they come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's a chance they're not. There
are no layups. The Browns, but we play them in Cleveland. We lose in Cleveland regularly. We discussed this 2 weeks ago. We split with the Browns a lot. So there's nothing that's really going our way right now, and it's heartbreaking because I'm fine taking a loss if it looks like they're trending in the right direction. They're trending in the wrong direction. At a rapid rate. I mean, the wheels are falling off worse every week with that defense.
Yeah, like if that game was like 21-19, we'd be pissed because we lost for sure. Yep. But if it was like 21-19 and they like showed up on defense and Jordan Love threw for like 210 yards or 220 instead of fucking like 3. What did he have today? 3 something, right?
I didn't even
360
look at the fucking stats. I
literally
literally
like 360.
I got in my truck. I called you. I drove home. I looked at nothing because I don't even have the heart to continue to just drag ourselves through fucking misery. If he really threw for 360 yards.
Yeah, 360 he did. 360.
What does... We've asked this before, but it's worth repeating, and I'll just keep repeating it because maybe, hopefully, one day Mr. Rooney fucking, comes to see it for what it really is. What does Mike Tomlin do well? He's not an offensive coach. He is not an offensive coach. The defense cannot be this bad under his watch. So what does he do well, Jerry?
I don't know if they're just like, the Rooneys are just like terrified to move on but I mean, this is getting you nowhere.
It's
This is
setting us
actually,
back. Well, the
yeah,
franchise has been one of the worst places it's been in since the 80s. Since
yeah,
the 80s. In the 80s, there were some dark years. I was
yeah,
born at the end of the 80s, and boy, I'm a Steelers historian. I have looked back through 40 years of Steelers and trends and records and games that they've won and lost. The 80s were some dark years, and my dad would tell me, he's like, man, the 70s were incredible, the 80s were terrible, the mid 90s and late 90s, we had some fun again, and then the 2000s, we got back to winning. The 80s, that's the Steelers right now. But even in the 80s, Jerry, 9 years, no playoff wins, that never happened. That never fucking
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, this is terrible, man. This is fucking. The reason it sucks is because like it's out there now. When we play a team that's a playoff team that's gonna probably win a playoff game or two, it's what it looks like every time. That's just what it looks like. They got a lot of work to do, man, and I don't see it turning around that quick. We'll record prior to the Colts game. Give you some thoughts about that game, but I'm not even I won't even pick the Steelers that game. I already know that. They're done, man. They're dead to me right now. They really are. They're dead to me.
I love getting to do what we do, Jerry. Especially like I get to go to every game. I get to, live out dreams when I was a child. Like this was what I always dreamt of doing, never missing a Steelers game. I know that people are going to say, oh, you sound spoiled or like a fair weather fan. I'm not a fair weather fan. I'm not. Like I would die for this fucking football team, but it is draining to travel, to go to the games, to do all of these things. I have to travel cross country to LA, to Chicago, and to know that they don't have a chance. To know that if they do make the playoffs, it's going to look the same because they have the same issues they had last year, just different names on the jerseys. It's fucking draining, man. It is.
Yeah.
Like this is the lowest I've felt. I felt low after the Ravens loss in the playoffs. But Russ sucked. I thought maybe they were going to look to going younger, find their quarterback. We bring in Rodgers. Rodgers is playing great football. It reinvigorates me. It makes me believe again. And then it just fucking brings you right back down to earth.
Yeah.
And I'm heartbroken. I'm fucking heartbroken, Jerry, because it feels like I can't see the direction. I don't know when it's going to get better because I can't see any changes until we really change. And that is why I just feel so stuck. I feel stuck.
Yeah, man. It doesn't, I don't know. If they're one and done this year, I don't even, who knows if Tomlin's gone. I mean, I'm done going back and forth with it, whether he's gone or not. If he's not, it'll probably just look the same as it always does, It will. And, I mean, we're still young. We're in our 30s. So, we could use a little reset for a couple of years. You know what I mean?
You know what the worst part is? I know it's fucking killing me. Like it destroys me mentally and emotionally. This shit, it fucks me up. I'm not saying this for like likes or clicks or to be dramatic. It genuinely fucks me up. I can't quit it. I can't fucking quit it. I'll still go to every fucking game because I'm addicted to this fucking shit. And it is killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, dude. You pour so much into this and not even just the money and the tickets, but a lot of time, man. A lot of time, away from loved ones and stuff. Yeah. Especially for you, you go to every fucking game, all the tailgates, the flights, the hotels, the driving, all that stuff. It sucks, maybe Steelers fans, and I know it's not going to happen because that's not what they do, but maybe just, 20-30% of people, in that stadium, maybe just that go regularly, maybe, don't show up for a couple weeks, see what happens,
Won't happen. We're just too loyal.
I know.
We're too loyal.
That's the thing that scares me, though.
But it hurts.
The thing that scares me is like, I think they're just they're okay with it being like this. They're they're still making their money. Jerseys fly off the shelves. Stadium is packed always. It's just, hey, they're making money. The team You know, they know that they'll be competitive, you know, for the year, you know. They're probably not going to win a playoff game, but hey, they'll probably get there, so it'll give you some hope that hey, maybe they could do it this year. And then it just looks like this, you know. And year in, year out, you know, us fans, we show up and just to get our heart ripped out over and over again.
They're just good enough to give us that glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
That breaks our fucking hearts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just good enough to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe. I got nothing else to say.
I'm done. I'm done. You know, maybe Nick will get this out tomorrow or the next day, but
he'll get it out tomorrow night. We'll probably, by the time you guys are listening, it's probably Monday night. So appreciate the shit out of you guys. You know, it sucks. Jerry and I feel your pain. You know, I
hate this team. I hate that. This is one of my most hated teams I've ever had.
Yeah, I'm just hurt, man. I'm just fucking crushed. And I know that sounds so crazy. It's just football, and it's so meaningless in the grand scheme of life, but it's so fucking important to me. And this is brutal. So we appreciate you guys, though. You know, I enjoy doing this. At least get the vent and fucking just ramble. Like, comment, subscribe, share the show where you guys find it. We'll record again. We'll preview the Colts game. Hopefully something gets better.
All right, guys. I will see you guys in a couple days.
Later, Jer.
Later.
We're here. We're still here.
We are still here.